Are you concerned about the housing crisis in your city? In this video, we delve deep into the housing shortage in the United States and explore how Airbnb's decline might be a game changer. Watch now to understand the housing crisis better and its potential impact on your community. Welcome back to the ELITE ECONOMIZER. Today we're diving into a critical issue that affects millions of Americans, the housing crisis. We'll also discuss how Airbnb's recent challenges might offer a glimmer of hope in addressing this crisis. Zillow, a prominent real estate data company, recently released startling data that exposes the severity of the housing shortage in the United States. As of 2022, the nation is grappling with a deficit of more than 4 million housing units. This shortage encompasses both homes for sale and rental properties. To put it into perspective, approximately 8 million individuals or families lived in someone else's home in 2022. However, only 3.7 million homes were available for rent or sale, leaving us with a massive deficit of 4.3 million homes. Unsurprisingly, this housing crisis isn't evenly distributed across the country. Some cities like Los Angeles, San Francisco, San Jose, San Diego, and Boston are experiencing notably worse shortages. New York tops the list with a staggering housing deficit of over 376,000 units. Los Angeles is a close second, facing a shortage of nearly 334,000 houses or housing units. The crisis extends to other major cities like San Francisco, Boston, Washington, D.C., and Seattle. But why is this happening? Well, the explosion of remote work and record low interest rates on mortgages during the pandemic played a significant role. These factors led to a surge in housing demand, coupled with an already limited supply, resulting in skyrocketing housing prices. During the pandemic, typical rents increased, reaching an average of $2,048 per month. Meanwhile, the value of a typical home jumped to nearly $347,000. Zillow's analysis suggests that the solution lies in policymakers' hands. They need to focus on loosening zoning regulations and reducing governmental red tape to boost construction. Researchers propose measures like expediting building permitting, offering tax incentives for rehabilitating underutilized housing stock, and expanding affordable housing trust funds to address the shortfall in new construction. However, it's essential to approach this construction boom cautiously. A senior economist at Zillow emphasizes the need to build houses that ordinary Americans can afford, rather than exclusively focusing on luxury real estate. If we don't address the shortage of smaller, more affordable starter homes, the problem will persist and worsen over time. It's worth noting that the housing crisis disproportionately affects lower-income individuals and families. Many families doubling up due to the shortage have consistently lower incomes, with 68% earning an annual income of just $35,000 or less. In addition to loosening zoning regulations, policymakers must also ensure that new construction prioritizes affordable housing. This multifaceted approach aims to create a sustainable solution to our ongoing housing crisis. Fortunately, there are some positive developments on the horizon. Housing starts recently surged to an annual rate of 1.63 million units, up from 1.34 million in April, according to Census Bureau data. Both single-family and multifamily construction experienced monthly increases. Single-family starts leaped by 18.5% over the revised April figures, reaching a rate of 997,000 units. Meanwhile, starts for buildings with 5 or more units reached 624,000. But let's not forget about the significant number of vacant homes that continue to perplex us. While there's a deficit of 4.3 million housing units, there are around 12 million vacant homes in the United States. Of these 12 million units, only 6.3 million have either been recently purchased, rented, or occasionally used by their owners. This leaves a staggering 5.6 million vacant homes that could potentially be utilized. Interestingly, the census conducted its analysis in late May and found that many of these vacant homes are seasonal. They serve as vacation homes for the fortunate, while the less fortunate struggle to secure permanent housing. In 645 of the nation's 3,143 counties, seasonal units make up at least 50% of the vacant housing stock. Shockingly, in 1,313 counties, seasonal units outnumber the combined total of units available for rent or sale. Riverside County, California, along with Broward and Miami-Dade counties in Florida and Maricopa County in Arizona, stand out as areas with more vacant units for seasonal, recreational, or occasional use than units available for rent or sale. Now, let's shift our focus to the ongoing collapse of Airbnb. Recent data suggests that the short-term rental industry, including Airbnb, is facing significant challenges. Revenues for this San Francisco-based company have plummeted by nearly 50% in cities like Phoenix, Arizona, and Austin, Texas. This decline indicates that Airbnb might be confronting an unfolding crisis. So, what does Airbnb's struggle mean for the housing market? If property owners decide to sell these homes, it could lead to a significant increase in housing inventory in certain parts of the country. Cities like San Antonio, Texas, have experienced a 43.8% decline in revenue related to short-term rentals. Nashville, Tennessee, saw a 39% drop, Denver, Colorado, faced a 38.6% decline, and New Orleans had a 37% drop in revenue. Seattle, Washington, wasn't spared either, with a 35.2% drop in revenue. But here's the catch. While this may seem like good news for potential homebuyers, it could also have some unintended consequences. If there's a sudden influx of homes on the market, it could create a surplus, which might lead to lower housing prices. For homeowners looking to sell, this could mean more challenging negotiations and potentially lower selling prices due to increased competition. In a subsequent tweet, Nick Gurley, CEO of Venture Consulting, raised a critical concern. He pointed out the sheer number of Airbnbs in comparison to homes for sale. According to data, there are around 1 million Airbnb and Vrbo rentals, whereas there are only 570,000 homes listed for sale. This stark contrast creates a potential downside for home prices if struggling Airbnb owners decide to sell. To illustrate, in Phoenix, the number of short-term rentals is estimated at 18,000, which is more than double the number of homes available for sale, roughly around 8,000. When you combine this substantial Airbnb supply with revenues down 50%, you get a cocktail for massive forced selling. In conclusion, while the decline of Airbnb may seem like a silver lining for the housing crisis, it's essential to consider the broader implications. We must strike a balance between housing availability, affordability, and the potential impact on those looking to sell their homes. As we navigate these complex issues, it's clear that local lawmakers and policymakers have a crucial role to play. Ensuring that housing remains accessible and affordable for all should be a top priority. Our elected leaders must step up to address these challenges and promote effective governance. Thank you for joining us today on the ELITE ECONOMIZER. If you found this information valuable, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe for more content. If you have any thoughts or experiences related to the housing crisis or the impact of Airbnb's decline, please share them in the comments below. We love hearing from our community, and your insights could spark essential conversations. Until next time, stay tuned, stay informed, and stay engaged. We'll see you in the next video.